absolute state of being. You can call it non-duality, but I think it's beyond that. Non-duality is absolute state of being, which is basically samadhi, no thinking, no mind. And in such a state, you are one with the way of the universe. And the one with the way of the universe is the way of nature. And that's where Namu Amida Butsu comes in. And what Namu Amida Butsu means is let the Amida to take over you. And what it means is that actually Amida represents the absolute power, the power of nature, which brought us on this earth like a miracle. So it has a miracle power, not for your ego to have that miracle power. So it's a non-ego, no self, even no mind, because mind cannot capture it for its infinite power, the miracle of how we got to be on earth, to be alive. That's the way of nature, the way of universe, and that's the absolute power. And you can call it non-duality because non-duality means no thinking. You cannot say right or wrong, left or right, beautiful, ugly. It's just absolute state. And that's samadhi, no mind. Mind is empty. Mind cannot do anything. And what it means is it's accept everything as it is, as the way of the universe, the way of nature. And Namu Amida Butsu Shinran point, I can go into a bit detail here, but there's a chapter in his book, a Bible you can call it, called the Jinen Hōni, Jinen Hōni in precise Japanese, which is Jinen is nature's way, by itself on its own. And Hōni means expression of the laws. So it's the laws of nature correspond to Amida Buddha. So I said many words to describe one thing. But the one thing is the absolute being state. Not to be comprehended in the mind. Well, you can comprehend what I just said. But the practice is the name of the game, not just have it in your brain. So what do? Samadhi, absolute state. Let the mind be free, empty, no ego. And then the miracle power, nature will take over, which is the same as Amida Buddha. You just call it Amida Buddha because it's infinite wisdom expressed as a source of identity called Amida Buddha. But in effect, Shinran himself, who basically is the founder of Shin Buddhism, has this Jinen Hōni, the nature's way. That's the way of the universe, the way of nature. The laws of nature. Hōni is Ho is laws, and it's abundant everywhere. So when you say Namu Amida Butsu. You are letting go of everything about yourself to be taken over by the absolute power of the universe. And that's the state I call it, eternal home. So when you're deluded, when you're in pain, you can be in samadhi or absolute state of being, or just throw yourself in the house of Buddha, Namu Amida Butsu, Amida Buddha, take over. Because me as an entity cannot solve anything when I am in despair, delusion, crazy thought. Monkey mind. But to exercise that, you cannot just play in the mind. So you have to be in that state. Meaning you shouldn't be there as a self-identity. So you let go of yourself, empty yourself to the point of no mind, because mind is often self playing the game of right and wrong. So it's equivalent. No mind represent no self. So everything I said is simple in my view. And the simple way can be samadhi, absolute state of being, of accepting everything and throw away your ego in the house of Amida Buddha, or the nature's way, the laws of nature take care of you. Which is the same as going back to the Garden of Eden. I said over and over this whole thing, but sometimes as a part of it, how it may be processed or appear, and therefore process it. It's in the process is happiness, is also what I said. And that's the eternal home we came from, and we can be. It's always there because nature's way is always here, whether you are dead or alive. That's why I call it the eternal home. No conceptual understanding will cut it. Just be. And I'm going back to sleep. I just thought about it. Good night.